for boring. Where you can feast with the nectar of the gods. You'll always have a seat at Norse Hall.
Welcome everybody to Top Dog Coverage, where you can find some of the best football news, football notes, football lineups, football discussions, football commentators, football co-hosts. C-Dub, what's going on, baby?
What's up? What's up?
Not much.
Another beautiful day.
It is another beautiful day, another week closer. If you guys have not yet started to follow us, go to Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Swipe up on the Spotify's and the iTunes. Leave a comment, hit the 5 stars. We are on our way to 250 subscribers on YouTube, so we would greatly appreciate that. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Wheel of Destiny and what it's about to bring to us. What do you think about the Wheel of Destiny, C-Dub?
It's been great to us so far. So we'll get another 2 teams, another 2 great fan bases to talk about today. So
yeah,
slowly running out of teams.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we are certainly running out of teams. But you know what we're not running out of? We are not running out of news. Okay, we're not running out of action in the NFL because let me tell you, there were some. You know what? Let's get into it. Time for the news, baby. So the news brought to you by Norse-Hall.com. So if you guys want some hot sauce, some mead, go get some hot sauce and some mead at Norse-Hall.com. And also, if you are looking for some awesome background sounds and some music, do not hesitate to go to FGM Label on Instagram. And by the way, while you're on there, go ahead and hit that follow button for us as well. That'd be great, you know. So, but let's dig into some news. What do you say, C-Dub?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Well, the Jets made 2 deals yesterday. New York Jets dealt with the Vikings and the Browns yesterday and got Harrison Phillips from the Minnesota Vikings and the Browns, Juwan Briggs. So trying to bolster one of their weakest positions, the New York Jets acquired defensive tackle Harrison Phillips and Juwan Briggs in the separate trades on Wednesday. So the Jets traded 2 6th-round picks, a 2026 and a 2027 6th-round pick, to the Minnesota Vikings for Phillips and a 2027th round pick. So they sent back a 7th round pick in 2027, and the trade is pending a physical. All right. Earlier in the day, the Jets announced that they dealt a 2026 round choice to the Cleveland Browns for Briggs and a 2026 7th round pick back as well. So the Jets expect Briggs, who played only 133 defensive snaps last season as a rookie, to help their depth, while the Vikings actually agreed to pay the $3.7 million of Phillips' $7.4 million salary for the 2025. So Phillips is 29, a starter for most of his career, and projects as the starter alongside of Quinnen Williams in the Jets' base 4-3 front defense. Lots of stuff going on over there.
Yeah, Jets were busy yesterday.
Yeah, they were.
So, it's funny because my New Orleans Saints were also fairly busy. So, as first reported by Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football, the Saints made a trade with the Denver Broncos. So they made a trade for second-year receiver Devon Bailey, who was a 7th-round pick in last year's draft. Mm-hmm. He's actually 6'5", 210 pounds, so big body receiver that the Saints do not currently have on their roster. Now they do. So they still have 3 years remaining on Bailey's rookie contract. They gave up a 4th-round pick in 2026 and a 2027 7th rounder. So they'll have control of his contract. ascending. I'm not going to say super young player,
Mhm.
but because he is currently 27 and will be 28 before the season ends. But ascending player, big body pass catcher, so another guy to add to our receiving core. Is it didn't have we didn't have that physical element in the receiving that he can bring. So
What is he? 27?
he's currently 27 and he'll be 28 before the season ends.
I mean, you know what? It brings a little action to the to your wide receiver room. There you go.
Age is just a number. It's okay. We're good.
Well, speaking of trades, the 49ers acquired Sky Moore from the Chiefs. So a busy day of breaking trades continues as Jordan Schultz from Fox Sports reports that the Chiefs are sending Sky Moore to the 49ers along with a 2027 seventh round pick in exchange for a 2027 sixth round pick. So San Francisco has been vocally searching for some help at wide receiver, and Kansas City had enough bodies in the room to move on from a once promising second round pick. So the 49ers receiving corps look good on paper throughout the offseason with assumptions of good luck with health and availability. But in the weeks leading up to the regular season, Brandon Ayuk and Juwan Jennings are still absent for practice. Ayuk is not set to return from the torn ACL and MCL until maybe week 6 of the 2025 season, while Jennings is working his way back from a calf injury and seeking a new contract. In addition, the fourth round rookie Jordan Watkins may not be ready for week 1 debut due to a high ankle sprain, and last year's fourth round Jacob Cowing reportedly suffered a hamstring injury today after returning to practice last week. This means the second-year receiver Ricky Pearsall and veteran Demarcus Robinson are the only healthy receivers, but now Demarcus Robinson is... I can't, dude. This is too much.
Demarcus Robinson suspended now, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, what are we doing?
We're not throwing the ball.
That is a slew of things going on in just one
Yeah, you
wide
don't need
receiver.
you don't need receivers in today's league. You got McCaffrey, you got Kittle, Pearsall's still there. You're
Wow.
fine.
But that's all I got for the 49ers and the Chiefs and Sky Moore.
I think that's it for the news, my friend. It's nothing but trades. Big trade day.
It is big trade day. Okay, so let's I really do want to hop into this. Let's hop into this spin the wheel. Everybody's excited to spin the wheel, aren't they?
Yeah, let's get that wheel up. Let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. Spin the wheel, baby. All right. Let's get it up.
Well, we only got half the league left.
Yeah, we're working on it, man. We are certainly almost there. And all right, we'll start with the AFC this week.
Who's your guess?
Steelers. I was right last week.
I'm guessing Texans.
Texans. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah, you were the first to get the right prediction. Congrats.
It only took a bunch of other teams to do it.
All right.
Ooh.
Shout out Nick Stanley.
Shout out to our scout, Nick Stanley. This one is for you, sir.
Ravens.
All right, let's get him off the board. Ravens. All right, and I'm gonna go the Bears.
I'm gonna go Eagles. Let's do all birds today.
Yeah.
Yeah, potential Super Bowl matchup, maybe.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
No way.
Oh. LA Rams.
So
almost had 2 in a row. All right.
So close.
All right, so let's go with the AFC first, and going with the Ravens. All right. Let me make sure I got these guys off. And you are gone. All right. All right. So let's start with the Baltimore Ravens, my friend. All right. Yeah. Let's
You want to start offense or defense?
Not for nothing. A lot of their stuff going on, like a lot of their I'll say this, like everything's kind of solidified in the front running, right? I think the biggest thing that they got in the wide receiver room was DeAndre Hopkins. Uh, I get it, that he's a little bit older. I know this is a typical take, right? But look, he's 33. It's DeAndre Hopkins. We know who DeAndre Hopkins is. You know what I mean? It's no big surprise. But I think it was a good addition for them. It's not like it's a camp battle. It's not like it's a huge camp battle there. On the other hand, everything else is like secondary, and this includes the offense and the defense, right? Mostly offense and the defense. I think the biggest everything is in the secondary, which where they signed and where they drafted, right? So everybody is pretty much staying in that second string depth, except for, and I think you might agree with me here, is that the safety spot and the secondary, the secondary area over there. So Jair Alexander they got, and then Malachi Starks, who was their first round draft pick out of Georgia. Really, that I don't see any other real big crazy like battles to take over, but I think those were two really good additions, or three good additions, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the starters, like you said, are kind of solidified. I think safety could be a pretty big battle, and I don't know how this cornerback room is going to shape out too. I mean, you've added a lot of assets
Yeah.
into that to that cornerback room. So, but I think probably one of the biggest issues or biggest concerns is the health of Lamar Jackson. I believe he hurt
Yeah.
his foot in practice, and not sure
Hmm.
that X-rays or anything have come back yet. So, keeping him 100% healthy is going to be key. But yeah, what? How do you feel about the receiver depth? And you
Um,
talked about adding DeAndre Hopkins, who's a lot. I don't think he's not necessarily as big as people think. You think of him as that big physical receiver. He's only like 6'1".
he's only 6'1", but 210. 210 is a good size, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I do like look it. I I don't want to downplay Rashad Bateman, right? Rashad Bateman's a good player, right? But there's nobody out here that's gonna be like, oh wow, because it doesn't really run off of that. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't say Flowers is great. I'm not saying he's not. I think all of them do exactly what they do in their position, their positions very well. Zay Flowers is going to be the slot guy, first rounder. Rashad Bateman, they've been waiting for him to do something. You also got Devontae Walker right behind Hopkins. I like the wide receiver room. I actually do. I like pretty much. I like the four people that they have there. In my opinion, those four. But on the other hand, they always seem to just make things work the way that it does. They always seem to get people open, or maybe kind of just run the ball. But I'm okay with this wide receiver room. I like it. Um, I don't. It doesn't flash at you like, oh my god, like we have to cover him, and him. But Zay Flowers is very sneaky. He is very quick. We had this discussion the other day, right? I was talking about fantasy.
yeah,
And
he's
DeAndre
got good hands.
Hopkins, yeah, and I think DeAndre Hopkins, not so much yards this year, but he is a solid. If you want to move the chains, throw it to him, he'll catch it. He's always had great hands, so I don't expect him to be that guy that he used to be in Houston. I don't expect him to be that guy, but I expect him time management, and I think he can get a lot of touchdowns this year in the red zone. I think they might target him a lot.
Yeah, him and probably Andrews. But yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
like this receiver room a lot too. I think Rashad Bateman, you saw him make some pretty big plays last year too. Again,
Yeah.
his biggest thing has been health. I was also a really big Tylan Wallace guy coming out of Oklahoma State back in the
Oh,
2021 draft.
yeah.
He's shown he's a pretty good returner too, but I think he got something there with him. He could be a guy to add to that rotation. Uh, but go along with these pass catchers, I don't know if you know this. I don't
Mhm.
know how many people know this, but Cooper Cup's little brother, Baylor Cup, is last on the depth chart, a tight end over there. He was a free agent, undrafted free agent last year. That I think he was with the Chiefs, and
Mhm.
now he's with the Ravens. So interesting.
That is, especially since Likely is hurt.
Yeah, I mean, is
Um,
likely going to be back for week one. We don't know. Maybe.
Likely not. Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, no,
All right.
not for
Yeah. So I mean, really, I mean, everything else is pretty solidified if you look at it. You got that offensive line is looking good. The wide receivers are looking good. He got Mark Andrews back. Derrick Henry's running the ball. Cooper Rush is a very good. He's good backup for if anything was to happen. He's kind of proved that in Dallas. You know what I mean? If he has enough talent around him, he can make something happen. He's not always going to be on point, but he's doing what he does. And we're going to see how it pans out with Malachi Starks here in the free safety position and Jair Alexander being signed when he was released from Green Bay. And it's going to be interesting to see how all of this kind of comes through. You had a lot of different later on draft picks. I would like to see in that Sam linebacker position. I do want to see Mike Green sooner than later. I want to see what kind of engine he's going to bring to this defense, even though the defense is always running on all cylinders. I would love to see Mike Green just go at it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got great pass rush ability. I think there's some off the field issues that kind of push him down the board, but I think Malachi Starks, I mean, he was an elite safety prospect. I mean, this guy's rangy, fast. You saw it playing at Georgia too. I mean, he was a really, really good player. So again, the Ravens tend to grab these guys that are just steals, no matter what round of the draft that they're
Yeah,
in. You
yeah,
know, so you pair Starks with Kyle Hamilton. I mean, that's a pretty dangerous safety duo back there,
absolutely,
you know.
absolutely.
So I mean, I think this defense is really kind of underrated. You hear a lot of people talking about Pittsburgh with all the moves they've made, and
Hmm.
we on this show we talked about the Broncos, but I think
Yeah.
the Ravens are kind of underrated. No one's really talking about them as could be a potential elite option.
Not only that, dude. Like if you do notice too, like I said, everything is second string. They're getting all of these guys ready. I'll give the shout outs to the Eagles and the Ravens where they're setting it up to the point where they're getting ready for the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, they are trying to set up, and you could tell that these guys aren't. It's going to be the next man mentality, and I can't wait to see how this pans out. If somebody goes down, the next guy comes right up, and they're going to be ready to roll.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, we have to highlight the kicker they took in the 6th round, Tyler Loop. I think
Mm-hmm.
he could be a pretty good option to kind of take the mantle from Justin Tucker, who's long time great kicker. Yeah, well, it's TBD if he's going to sign anywhere or if a team's going to take a chance on him, and with this off the field issues he's got going on. But how do you feel about Loop kind of taking over that and maybe being a potential dart throw in fantasy?
Yeah, you know what? It's really hard to go against what the GM has done over there on his picks, and that includes kickers. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, they picked him for a reason. And people may be listening to this, be like, "Oh, you're just gonna, go with the easy answer." Well, if they didn't continue to hit on all of these picks the past few years and get A+ grades on their drafts, then maybe I would have something different to say. But it's really hard to go against the grain.
Well, I think it says something when a kicker gets drafted, right? I think that
Yeah,
kind of shows their time because Will Lutz he was undrafted, signed with the Ravens before he came over to the Saints and now the Broncos. What
yeah.
was Tucker drafted?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
We
that up
don't.
real quick.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't.
really
We don't.
curious.
We don't know everything, but I'm not sure about that. I would imagine that he was, but I could be off with that.
But also, like I believe John Harbaugh, he was also a special teams coordinator
Hmm.
for the Eagles before he took the Ravens job.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty, he's got that background and kind of knowing and being a master of special teams. So I
Yeah.
know this is the first time the Ravens have ever drafted a kicker.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
So
dope. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, there's not too much to say about them. I mean, I mean, we kind of this is what happens when you continue to make the playoffs and you continue to build a good organization. So I mean that's kind of the stuff that I see. I mean, it's pretty much the same stuff that we've regurgitated, but other than that, it's going to be a tough. I'm going to go over the schedule here in a second, but it's going to be tough. This AFC North is no joke. Like I said, it can be one win away from being a first and third, I believe.
yeah, but I mean, you gotta have the Ravens as one of the top tier teams in the NFL. I mean, they got a ton of talent, a lot of younger talent, but you bring in some solid veterans with Derrick Henry coming over last year,
Mm-hmm.
bringing over DeAndre Hopkins. So these guys are looking to kind of cement their legacy with a ring. So I like the Ravens a lot. I think they're in a really good position to make
Yeah.
some noise and kind of maybe get past that finish line this year.
Well, let me show you what I think about where the finish line is. How about that?
All right. I'm sorry in advance, Nick. Sorry in advance.
Wow. No faith in me. Absolutely no
Nah,
faith
you
in
got
me.
it. It's easy. Easy money.
All right. 17-0. Okay. So let's start it off week 1 going to Buffalo. All right. Look, I think Buffalo's gonna show up at home week 1. I'm gonna give it to Buffalo. I just think that they're ready to rock and roll week 1. Okay. I think it's gonna be a shootout. Week 2, the Browns come to Baltimore. Baltimore takes the win against the Browns. I think they want that revenge game right back after losing week 1. Week 3, I think Detroit Lions are actually still going to be figuring out their coaching system after losing 7 coaches. I'm going to give it to the Ravens at home. Kansas City hosting the Ravens. I believe this is going to be one of these wacky games, and I don't think that the defense is going to be ready for Lamar Jackson. Let me get Lamar Jackson and company, all right, on the road. Week 5, hosting the Houston Texans in Baltimore. I think Houston comes over. I believe the Ravens are going to get a W there. Staying home at week 6, the LA Rams are coming over. This is going to be a tricky one. This is going to sound weird. I think it might go to a weird kind of tie, overtime, something like that. But you know what? Oh, you're going to think I'm crazy for it. Give me LA. LA on the road. All right. Then they're going to have their bye. The Ravens coming back week 8, hosting Chicago Bears. They're going to take a win at home. Week 9, going down into the heat. Lamar Jackson. Guess what? Give him the win on the road against the Dolphins. Week 10, the Vikings hosting inside the Ravens. There's going to be a lot of purple inside that stadium, but guess what? You know what? I'm going to call it right now. Give the Ravens the win, okay? Week 11 against the Browns. I just see the Ravens taking 2 out of them this year, all right? So give me the Ravens. The Jets going to Baltimore. I'm sorry, but the Jets, I just don't think they're going to have it at this point to outbeat somebody in Baltimore. Give me the Ravens. The Bengals come over to Baltimore. This is where I think they're going to take a loss. All right. The Bengals are actually going to win in Baltimore, shockingly. All right. Give me the Bengals. Week 14, the Pittsburgh Steelers going to Baltimore. You know what? I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing at this time. Give me Baltimore. All right. 10-3 right now. Week 15, the Baltimore Ravens go to the Bengals. The Bengals are going to be taking a loss. Give me Ravens on the road. They swap it. The Patriots go over to Baltimore. Give me another win for the Baltimore Ravens when the Patriots come through. Week 17, in the cold. This is going to be a Derrick Henry game. They are going to take the win in Green Bay. Okay. Week 18, against the Steelers in Steeltown. Sorry, but it's just going to have to happen. Give me 14-3 record with a win over the Steelers, finishing off the season.
Wow. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the highest record by far.
Yep. 14-3. This
All
is
right.
this.
Super Bowl favorite now.
There it is. Again, there's some fluky stuff that could happen. There always is, right? I got him losing against LA. You know what I mean? In week 6 at home. You know,
Well, I
but
mean, it depends if Stafford's alive by then or not.
yeah, it could all be crazy, right? But you're talking.
Yeah.
Look, you win one against the Bengals, you lose one against the Bengals. Okay,
Yeah.
you'll win both against the Browns, and you win both against the Steelers. I just, it's gonna be tough. But like I said, a win here, a loss there, and it could maybe 13-4 possibly, and one of the other teams could be 13-4 or 12-5, something weird like that. I think it's gonna be very wonky.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Shout out to the Ravens fans.
Yeah, man.
They're gonna love you.
Steelers fans ain't gonna like me. That's okay though.
Yeah. Well, we haven't got to them yet, so they'll be all right.
Yeah. That's right. Shout out to the Raiders fans right now in Las Vegas, by the way.
There we go. Vegas Raiders. Got it right. All right. I guess you want to head over to complete opposite end of the country? Want to go to LA?
Yeah, let's go to LA. All right.
Yeah. Let's talk about this Rams team. I mean,
There's a lot going on here, man.
We gotta start with the quarterback, right?
We do.
Mr. Epidural himself.
Mr. Epidural himself.
He did have a press conference here recently. Said he's working. He feels better. He's working towards being completely healthy and doing everything he can to be ready for the start of the season. So it's good to see. It's good to see that he's alive. We've seen him. We spotted him.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's the greatest thing, to be honest. You want to keep him as healthy as possible before that week 1. And I'm sorry, but you're already seeing video of what Jimmy Garoppolo is going to do, and that's putting his wide receivers' lives in danger. Okay.
Yeah, might be a hot take, but I think if Stafford's not ready to go, I think they go with Stetson Bennett.
Old man Stetson?
Yeah, I mean, basically they're the same age, but
pretty much. Yeah.
I think that you have a better chance of not getting your receivers and just a better execution of the offense with Stetson Bennett. Because
he's been sitting there.
He's been playing very well in preseason too.
Yeah.
So I hope Stafford gets to play. I think hopefully he'll stay healthy for all 17 games, but I think they go to Stetson Bennett instead of Jimmy Garoppolo if that's the case. I don't care where the depth chart is.
God, I hope so.
But I mean, this receiving room is got some incredible talent here with your Devontae Adams coming over, signing a big free agent deal and shipping Cooper Kupp out of there, cutting him. So, I mean, you're starting receiving core. You got Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell. Behind them, you got Jordan Whittington, 6th-round pick in last year's class out of Texas. You got Konata Mumfield, 7th-round pick in this year's class. Xavier Smith in the slot. You got some kind of camp bodies there too as well. So, I mean, this receiving core gets you really excited, but I think it's only if Stafford's healthy, right?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and I know it says that what is it? Alaric Jackson looks like he's hurt, but they said he's going to be ready for week 1, which is good. They have some good depth behind him with DJ Humphries from Kansas City, and picking up Chicago's Coleman Shelton. So look, they're trying to upgrade that offensive line. They're trying to make sure everything is solidified. I think this defense, like you said, I believe this defense with Jared Verse coming in again on that right outside linebacker spot. Yeah, they made some significant moves at the draft, and they got Poona Ford from the Chargers. They're going to put a little bit more pressure on the QB this year. And I am, they got Josiah Stewart, Chris Paul Jr., and Ty Hamilton. Where's he from? Ohio State. Yeah, defensive tackle. That's right. So, again, depth guys. But you were right. I believe that you're right that the defense here will look a lot more sharper. And I'm interested to see the tight end room. I know Higbee is, the main guy here, but he's also 32, and he came off of a big injury last year. He started to come back from it. Can he be his old self again? That's a possibility, but they still do have a contract with Colby Parkinson, which was a 3-year contract from Seattle, and they just got Terrence Ferguson drafted in the 2nd round from Oregon. So, and he's a good sized dude too, around 250, 6'5". So it'll be interesting to see how they utilize this. Do they what kind of packages they put him in, and who moves up and who moves out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this tight end room is really interesting, and I think you gotta kind of keep your eyes on the running back room too. I mean, Kyrie Williams just got that big contract extension, so obviously Sean McVay loves him and loves to keep him on the field. But I wonder how much more they incorporate Blake Corum into the system this year. Now that he has and he's been a year in the system, he probably understands his blocking assignments better.
Mm-hmm.
And then you took a fourth round flyer on Jarquez Hunter. So you got a lot of talent in this running back room. It'd be interesting to see if they try to take some of the workload off of Kyron Williams or if they still just keep him as a featured back and kind of run him into the ground.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they take three of these running backs and 3 of these tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think Terrence Ferguson's a lock for the roster. Obviously, being a second rounder, but do they try to move Higbee or move Parkinson to a tight end needy team? I mean, try to get
Depending
some of
on
the back
the,
for him.
I guess depending on the contract,
Yeah,
what the contract's going to look like. Because if we're already second year in Colby Parkinson's, I believe, and Tyler Higbee, I don't know when his is up. Maybe this is the end of it, and they're just preparing for that.
I think this is
Well,
the last year of his deal, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
yeah.
But this offensive line, I know we talked about it a little bit, but one guy I want to highlight is the undrafted free agent Willie Lampkin, the fourth, kind of that center guard. I think he's under 6 foot. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11",
Mm-hmm.
but just a mauler. Like he's got so much leverage as a shorter guy, and it's been kind of fun to see him play in the preseason. So just a guy to keep an eye on, see if he can develop and kind of play some meaningful snaps this year.
Dude, all of those guys that are like undersized and you're in camp, that means that just means you're feisty, dude. You ain't giving up without a fight, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. He won his fair share of battles down at the Senior Bowl too. So
Yeah,
he was a decent prospect. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that somebody didn't take a late round flyer on him, but
yeah,
this the Rams gain there.
yeah,
But I mean, I don't really see too many camp battles around this one too. This one seems kind of pretty solidified.
yeah. Okay. So, I mean, with that, it's they got their draft picks and everything. Everybody's going to start moving up a little bit, but everything is pretty solidified and who they want where,
Yeah,
who's the backups, and yeah.
this secondary scares me though. I'd be nervous trotting the secondary out week one. Yeah, you bring Darius Williams back. You got Akilo Witherspoon, Quentin Lake as your nickel back. I mean, safety is okay. I like Cameron Kinchins and
Mm-hmm.
Cam Curl coming over from Washington, but I don't know, man. This corner group kind of scares me a little bit.
I really do think that they're going to put a lot more pressure on
Yeah,
that quarterback this
the
year.
pass rush, yeah. Pass
Yeah,
rush should be elite, but still, I mean, if they don't get there immediately, someone's getting cooked on the back end.
yeah, I could see that. I guess that's what they're banking on. You know, I mean
I
that
don't know.
front
I don't know. So I
or
mean,
just running the ball and trying to keep it,
yeah,
just
control the
running out the
clock.
clock. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but
All right. You want to go to schedule?
yeah, I mean, there's not too much more to talk about the Rams.
No.
Sorry, Rams
All right.
fans, but you guys got a good roster.
All
So
right, man. What do you think with the LA Rams?
all right, for the 2025 Los Angeles Rams, week one, you have the Houston Texans visiting the Rams. We're still unsure about Stafford and what his status is for week one. So go and give me the Texans on the road. Give me CJ Stroud and crew. Week two, you have the Rams visiting the Titans. I like a lot of what Cam Ward's doing down in Tennessee, but I think the Rams are going to be the better team. So going to give me the Rams on the road. Week three, you had the Rams visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be similar to the matchup in the playoffs. I don't think the Rams get their revenge. Going to give them the Eagles at home. Week four, you have the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Los Angeles Rams. I think the Rams are a lot further ahead type of team that they are than the Colts. So going to give me the Rams. Week five, you have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Los Angeles Rams. I think these teams kind of know each other very well. Both these coaches know each other very well. So I do think they're going to end up splitting the series, but going to give me the Rams at home. Week six, the Rams are visiting the Baltimore Ravens. I agree with you. I think it's going to be one of those weird games, and I think the Rams are going to end up taking it on the road. Week seven, you have the Rams visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sean McVay and Liam Cohen are pretty good friends. I think that McVay is going to have some special packages and get the win here. So give me Rams on the road. Then you have the bye week in week 8. Then you have week 9, the New Orleans Saints visiting Los Angeles Rams. The Saints are kind of a far away from being a good team, so going to give me the Rams at home. Week 10, Shanahan is going to get his revenge against Sean McVay, so going to give me the 49ers at home. Week 11, you have the Seahawks visiting the Los Angeles Rams. Man, this is a weird one, but going to give me the Rams. Give me the Rams at home. I trust Stafford over Sam Darnold. Week 12, you have the Bucks visiting the Los Angeles Rams. I think Baker and Crew are going to kind of be up and down next year, but I think like them here against the Rams. So give me Tampa Bay on the road. Week 13, you have the Rams visiting the Carolina Panthers. I feel like it's going to be one of those weird games, but going and give me the Rams on the road. Week 14, you have the Rams visiting the Arizona Cardinals. I think it's going to be one of those weird matchups where they split the series. So going to give me the Cardinals at home. The Lions are visiting the Los Angeles Rams in week 15. This is always a tough one, but going to give me Detroit on the road. Week 16, you have the Rams visiting the Seahawks. Going to give me the Rams. I think they're the better team. The Seahawks. Week 17, you had the Rams visiting Atlanta Falcons. There's no way the Falcons win this one. Los Angeles on the road. And then you have the Cardinals visiting the Rams in week 18. I feel like this could be split the series one, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and take Matthew Stafford and company week 18 to solidify their playoff spot.
There it is.
So I haven't finished with an 11-6 record. It's your 2025 Los Angeles Rams.
Not bad. That's how you do it, baby.
Yeah, I mean, some of those games I'm like, man, I don't know who's going to be healthy, if Stafford's even back. Like, it's weird.
You're gonna have some upset people, let me tell you. Especially you're gonna have some Seahawks fan that ain't too happy with you with.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
But
We survive. We'll live through it.
this sort of battle. If you guys have anything that you would like to, send us some stories, some draft picks that you guys would is right around the corner, hit us up at topdogcoverage@gmail.com. That's TOPDAWG coverage at gmail.com. Make sure you're specific with what you want, what you're looking for, your personnel. So also your point system, all this other stuff. Let us know exactly what it is. That way we can help you. But other than that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the follow button. Make sure everything is solidified. Okay, you're gonna get more goodness very, very soon. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.
Peace.
Later.